Manchester United, man. Congratulations to Manchester United. I think it's been a while when we say congratulations to Manchester United. And this weekend, they beat the mighty Man City, their rival, on the side of the town. I think they did very well, man, on the final against Manchester City. And Eric Ten Hag came with a game plan, and I think the players well executed his plan. And it's one of those, man. It's worth a celebration because the season having gone really well for Manchester United, and it was one of those campaigns they wanted to forget, man. And the FA Cup, it just not just a cherry on top, but I think it just a pain reliever to Manchester United club and Manchester United fans. And I think the boys really deserve it. And I think the boys who really deserve it also scored the goals on the day. Uh, Garnacho scored the first one, and Kobe Mino scored the second one. And what a wonderful assist from Bruno Fernandes. I think that pass, man, will be spoken about in years to come, and will be one of the assists. And I think that one will go to the books for the FA Cup final. Uh, what we really, as a football fans, whether neutral or you Manchester City or Manchester United, analysts, pundits, and everyone involved in a game and really, live this life for the game, where really expecting Manchester City just to walk on, Man United and, do a double this season, winning a league and winning an FA Cup. But it wasn't the case, man. Man United stepped up. They came with the game plan. They came with a very low block style of play, and they executed that play very well, man. And I really think the players on the day they really come to the party, and the likes of Rashford came to the party, even though he was not fit. He was there, he was giving the run. He really, challenged himself, Bruno Fernandes. People were not really happy about him this season because of his mornings, throwing hands around, talking to our referees, and giving up easily. But he really came to the party, and he showed what captaincy is. He showed what leadership is, and I think that's what all Man United fans wanted to really see in him, and really step up and be a leader amongst those players, and he really did that very well. And I think the combination of Varane and Martinez came up very well on this game, and uh, even if Manchester City posed a threat, uh, Haaland never, Erling Haaland never really surprised us. It's just one of those that goal that hit the post, and he was nowhere to be seen afterwards. Martinez protected him very well, with the likes of Varane helping in defense and commanding that backline, tremendously. My man of the match, I know they gave man of the match to Kobe Mino, which he really had a wonderful game. So as many, Amrabat did. Bruno Fernandes had a wonderful game. Garnacho had a wonderful game. The pairing of Varane and Martinez were incredible. Dallo stepped up. Obviously, he's the player of the year, player of the season for Man United for me, and really did he did his part. But one player for me who really stepped up was Warren Bissaka, man. Warren Bissaka really stepped up that game. He really, annihilated, the threat of Duku. Duku is a very exceptional player, very problematic against any defender. But Wan Bissaka really stepped up, and he really, really up for a challenge. He stepped up. He I think he won us a game in the last minute because I think if ever there was any other defender except Wan Bissaka marking Duke, I think maybe Manchester City would have equalized then, and at least maybe go for extra time and win it. But Warren Wan Bissaka really stepped up, and I really enjoyed that battle against Duku, and kudos to him. He was my man of the match on a Saturday. Um, Now it comes to a part where everybody and the fans and the players, I think maybe some are changing their tune against or on Eric Ten Hag, where people want Eric Ten Hag to stay now because he won the FA Cup, and most people in that debate, which is valid, where they say Eric Ten Hag won 2 trophies in 2 seasons, you know, and it's validated. It's a reasoning and it's validated, and on some of the fans are still on. We really don't see the style of play of Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag finished the lowest, uh, on the log ever for Man United, 12 loss, record loss for Man United, and it really put fans on 50-50 on these fans. But I read somewhere, I think Fabrizio stated that Manchester United board set for review this week in order to decide Eric's future, and it's up to now, up to directors and Enios to decide, you know, and what the reports are suggesting is Eric Ten Hag will not be judged by the Saturday's performance, the winning performance. He will be judged throughout his two seasons. He is in position, manager position, and for me, man, it's one of those, man. I've seen worse this season. I've seen worse from Man United this season, and I've seen the rise of some players, and I've seen the down of some players in his in his tenure there. But for me, I'm also on the fence. But whatever decision Man United directors and Ineos will take, I think it should not be a decision where Man United now will start, building a team again. Will start finding their style again. I think it should be a reason where a manager steps in and he knows the club inside and out, and he knows what he's capable of, and he wants to stamp authority on the structure and the style of play. So I think they will decide on McKenna, the Ipswich Town. I think he was assisting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the time before he left for Ipswich Town. They are deciding on Thomas Tuchel. Then I think Pochettino is also on the conversations. But I think it's one of those men where I think uh, they should do the right thing for the club, and if the right manager, uh, meet the requirements and vision of Enios, and I think that's no brainer, and they should decide on it. But this weekend, Eric Ten Hag, I think he gave the management and the directors of Manchester United a headache on how to decide, man. But we'll see how the outcome. It's still the starting of the week. We'll see where Eric Ten Hag is going, or maybe he's staying. You know, yeah, man. That was my 2 cents. Thank you for joining me this High Press TV.